Hello students, welcome to the statistics class. I am S. Nirmala, Assistant Professor of Statistics. Today's topic is for Semester 3 students and the name of the topic is Calculation of the Correlation Coefficient for a Bivariate Frequency Distribution. So far we have seen correlation coefficient is the relationship between two variables x and y. This relationship, if we want to take, we have seen the various methods. One is scatter diagram. Second, to find correlation coefficient between the two variables x and y, Karl-Pearson's correlation coefficient. The third one, if the data is qualitative, we have seen rank correlation coefficient. Now, this is diagrammatically we can show how the correlation is, whether correlation is positive, whether correlation is negative, or the correlation is perfect. This scatter diagram, we use the diagrammatic representation of the correlation. Then this is possible only for certain values, not more values, because more values, graph sheets, you imagine how many values we can plot on a graph. So if the values are large, we are unable to do this scatter diagram. Then we have seen Karl-Pearson's correlation coefficient. This is if the data is ungrouped data, then however they may give large or small, whatever it is, with this Karl-Pearson's correlation coefficient we can find out. And if the data is not quantitative, if the data is given in quality, then we will arrange the data in the order of merit and then we find out the rank correlation between x and y. This is given by Spearman and this is given by Karl-Pearson. Scatter diagram also Karl-Pearson. Now, if the data is grouped data and the fourth bivariate frequency distribution. If the given data is very large, x and y are very large, then if we can group them into class intervals, x class intervals, y class intervals, then arranging this x and y, the group data, in a 2x2 table, then that table is called bivariate frequency distribution. Now we will see the method, the fourth method. If the data is given large, we can arrange the data in a two-way table and then find out correlation coefficient. So this fourth method is calculation of the correlation coefficient for a bivariate frequency distribution. Okay? That is, if the data is given in the form of if the data is given large let us say class interval. 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40. And this is your x. And class intervals for y. Here also 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, so on up till 20 to 25. So if x has, let us say x is taking the values 0 to 10, and all these here you will have frequencies of I, J. Now F11, that means you will get a value here. Put I is equals to 1, J is equals to 1, you will get the frequency of A, frequency of this, frequency of this. So frequency of this. So we have to arrange, if the data is given very large, we can make it into grouped form, and that we will put it in a 2 by 2 contingency table, 2 by 2, 2 cross 2 table. That table we call it as bivariate frequency table, and for this table how to find out correlation we will see with an example. Find the correlation coefficient for the given data. Age denoted by X. The values are given 18, 19, 20, 21. And here it is mass. Y. Ten to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60, 60 to 70. Four, two, dash 5464 then 4468 dash 244, then dash 234. These are X values, that is age, and these are marks. So, and the students who are in between 10 to 20, the age group of students 18 with 10 to 20 marks are 4. These are called frequencies, which are X and Y, which belongs to X and Y. So now, to proceed the problem, we have to make this into simple digits. How do we make? First we find out the mid values. What is the middle value of this? 10 plus 20 divided by 2 is 15, the middle value. Now here 50 divided by 2, 25. 70 divided by 2, 35. 40 plus 50, 90. This is 45. 110 divided by 2, 55. 130 divided by 2, 64. So, the middle values of this is 15, 25, 35. Still these are big values. We take the deviation and make them small. How do we take the deviation? Let us call this as V. V is equal to Y minus, out of this, which is the middle value, 35 or 45. We take 35 divided by the difference between the class intervals, that is 10. So, 15 minus 35 by 10. 15 minus 35 is minus 2. Minus 2 divided by 10 is minus 20. Minus 20 divided by 10 is minus 2. And here it is 25 minus 35 is minus 10. Minus 10 divided by 10, minus 1. 35 minus 35 is 0. 45 minus 35 is 10. 10 divided by 10 is 1. 55 minus 35 is 20. 20 divided by 10 is 2. And 65 minus 35 is 30. 30 divided by 10 is 3. So, we have made a group interval. We have taken the middle values. After middle values, we have taken a deviation, and the deviation value we are calling it as V, and that we have made it into some single digits where the multiplication will be easy. We can do along with this also, but we cannot do this. We have to take a single value. That single value we consider it to be the middle value, but the middle values are so large, we took a deviation and made these large values into small digits so that it will be convenient for us to do the calculation. Now here also, these are also a big values or large values. We will take deviation here also. U minus x, U is equal to x minus, which is the middle one here, either 19 or 20 we have to consider. We consider 90. And the class interval is 1. Divided by 1, it doesn't make any difference. So, 18 minus 19 would be minus 1. 19 minus 19 would be 0. 20 minus 19 would be minus 1 plus 1. 21 minus 19 would be 2. Now the data is ready for the further calculations. We had a grouped data at Y. So what we have done, that grouped data we converted into single value by considering only the middle term. How did we get the middle term? 10 plus 20 divided by 2 is the middle term. So those middle values we have calculated, and these are large. To do the calculation further, it will be very tedious. So further we will convert it, or further will make convenient for us to solve easily. So what we have done, we have taken a deviation. That deviation we are calling it as y. Y is equals to the v. The v is equals to y, this middle values, minus the center value we have to consider. But here we have two values. I have taken 35. Why do you think I have taken 35, not 45? Because if I take 35, I will get minus 1, minus 2, 0 and positive value. If I take 45, I will get 3 negative values, 0 and 2 positive values. So with the more negative values, multiplication or addition would be inconvenient. So for our convenience sake, we will consider that middle value. These are two middle values. From these two middle values, if we take 35, which is topmost, we will get minimum number of negative values. You look here, minus 2 and minus 1, then 0 positive values. The same way we have considered here our deviation. Now what do we do is, we will take the total. Here total what we are doing is, let us see, this is total. How to denote it? Well, I will tell you. So frequency total we are going to take. So frequency starts here, 4 plus 2 plus 2. 4 plus 2 is 6, 6 plus 2 is 8. Here, 5 plus 4 plus 6 plus 4, 10, 9, 19. And here, 6 plus 8, 14, 14 plus 10, 24, 24 plus 11, 35. 4 plus 4, 8, 8 plus 4, 14, 14 plus 8, 22. 4 plus 2, 6, 6 plus 4, 10. 2 plus 3, 5, 5 plus 1, 6. Now, overall total is what? 8, 8, 16, 17, 22, 24, 30. We carry 3, 4, 7, 9, 10. So your total is 10. The same way we will take the total here. 4 plus 5, 9, 9 plus 10, 19. 2, 4, 6, 6, 8, 14, 14, 4, 18, 20, 22. Here 8, 18, 24, 28, 31. 4, 11, 15, 23, 27, 28. 8, 9, 10, 11, 20 to carry 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. So overall total will be 20. And this is equals to your capital N. What is capital N? Total of all the frequencies. So these are our frequencies which are given in two ways, I terms, J terms. So, if you add up the rows and total rows should be equals to the total of the columns. That means the frequency, total frequency capital N should be same. If you add up all the rows and or add up all the columns, you should get the same value. Now, how do we denote this? We denote this by Gy is equals to, what all we have done? X. We have summed all the x's over x. This x's we have added and use it. If this is f of x, which is nothing but summation over y. Y are these values, y's are columns. So we have added over all the columns. All the columns we have added, that is equals to n equals to 100. And all the rows we have added, that is equals to 100. In a two-way table, column total should be equal to row total, that is overall total, both the totals should be same. If you are not getting same, then you have to stop and recheck your problem. There is a mistake, that is the reason you are not getting row total is equals to column total. Now, next, we have to find out V into G of Y. What is V here? You have this. What is G of Y? That. So, minus 2 into 8 minus 16 minus 1 into 19 minus 19 0 into 35, 0, 1 into 22, 22, and then 2 into 10, 20, 3 into 6, 18. So this is minus 35, and you have, what is this? 10, 1 carry, 3, 5, 6, 60. 10, 30, 50, 60 plus 60. So this would be 5 is equal to 2, 25. Similarly, we have to find out here, what we have to find out? U into your f of x. U is this, minus 1 into 19 minus 19, 0 into 22, 0, 1 into 31, 31, 2 into 28, 16, 1, 2, 4, 5, 56. So 56, 57, 87. 87 minus, how much is that? 9. 17 on G, 9, 48, 8, 68. These values, there is no condition on these values that they should be same row wise, column wise. If we have add, we can get any value. Only the n should be equal. Row wise if you add, column wise if you add. Now next will be v square g of y. By the way, why are we finding all these things? We are finding this to find the correlation coefficient, to substitute the values in a bivariate data. How do we do that? We are seeing. V square means here v square is minus 2 square, 4. 4 into 8, that is 32. Here it is 1 minus 1 square is 1. 1 into 19. 0 into 35, 0. 1 square into 22 is 22. 2 square is 4. 4 into 10, 40. Then 3. 3 square is 9. 9 6 are 54. So adding up this 11, 12, 13. 17, 1 carry, 4, 5, 6, 7, 11, 16. 167. The same way you have to find out here u square f of x. So here what you will have, u square minus 1 square is 1. 1 into 19 minus 19. 0 into 0, 0 into 22 is 0. 1 square into 31 is 31. 2 square is 4. 4 into 28. What is 4 into 28? 4 8s are 32. 3 carry. 8, 9, 10, 11. Now adding up this, what? 31 minus 9. 30 minus 19, 11 minus 8, 2, 12. 124. Now these are the values we got. But there is some more to this problem. One more column we have to get, one more row we have to get. But there is no sufficient space. So what I do, whichever is not required, I try to remove. These two columns I can do without them, so that we can finish the problem. These two columns we don't require now, right now. I don't even require. You see properly what I am doing. U is minus 1. U into V minus 1 into minus 2 is 2 into this frequency. 2 4s are 8. Minus 2 into 0 is 0. 0 into 2 is 0. Each frequency I am dividing it with, multiplying it with U and V once. So minus 2 into 1 is minus 2. Minus 2 into 2 would be minus 4. Next, minus 2 into 2 would be minus 4. And there is no value, so here value we won't mention. Minus 1 into minus 1 is 1. 1 into 5, 5. Minus 1 into 0 would be 0. 0 into 4, it is 0. Minus 1 into 1, minus 1. Minus 1 into 6, it would be minus 6. Minus 1 into 4, minus 1 into 2 is minus 2. Minus 2 into 4 is minus 8. Next. 0 into 1, or we are multiplying all with zeros and all zeros. So we get here 0. Next 1. 1 into minus 1, minus 1. Minus 1 into 4, it would be minus 4. 1 into 0 is 0. 0 into 4 would be 0. 1 into 1 is 1. 1 into 6 is 6. 1 into 2 is 2. 2 into 8 is 16. Next 2. 2 into minus 1 is minus 2 and there is no value, so we need not write. Minus 2 into 0 is 0. 0 into 2 would be 0. 2 into 1 is 2. Into 4, 8. 2 into 2 is 4. 4 into 4, 16. Next, 3. 3 into minus 1 and there is no value, no. 3 into 0 is 0, 0 into 0 would be 0. 3 into 1, 3, 3 into 3, 9. 3 into 2, 6, 6 into 1 is 6. Now, what we have done, we have multiplied u value and the v value with the frequency and we have put that in the square cut topmost left hand side and we put it in a box. Now these values we have to total. That should come here. So how it will be? Summation over x, summation over y. That means we have considered all these values and all these values. Overall table we have considered doing what? U into v f of x comma y. All the observations we have multiplied. Right? Now, summation means we have to add. 8 minus 4 would be minus 4. And then 5 plus 0 is 5 minus, this is minus 14 and 5 is minus 9. And the next one is 6, 14, 24, 25, 35. All the square values we have to, which we have put in a small box, you should add. 6 plus minus 4 is 2, 2 plus 16, 18, 0, 8, that is 24, 0, 9, 50. So, if we add up, what do we get? Yes children, what do we get if we add up the total? 5, 9, 16, 17. 17, 1 carry. 2, 3, 4, 5. 57 minus 10, 30. 54, 40. Here it would be 44. And down we have to calculate like this. 5 minus 4 is 1. 1 plus 8 is 9. All zeros 0. Minus 4 minus 6, 10. 10 again minus 4, 8 plus 4. This is 13. And what will be this? 8 plus this 14. 14 30. So your total would be 30, 40, 52. So we have to find out these values. What are the values which we found out? We will write here, then we will substitute in the formulas which is given. Now I think you are very clear how to find the values in the table form. First is we have g of y f of x is equals to 100. And the second is v into g of y is equals to 25. U into f of x will be equals to 68. V square g of y is equals to 167. These are all summations. U square f of x would be equals to 124, and summation over x, summation over y would be equals to 42 or 52, 9, 10, 17, 17 will carry 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 57, 57 minus 30, 57 minus 30, 4, 8 minus 4, this is plus 8, 5 minus 1 minus 9, 1, 0, then minus 4, 2, 2, 16, 18, then 10, 14, 25, 10, 15. So what is this? 57 minus 9 minus 5 minus 5 into 30, 30, 24 and 50. 1 carry 4, 5, 50. This is also f of x comma y is equals to f summation over x y f of x g of x comma y is equals to 50. In our tables, we should remember that starting values, that column total and this column total should be equal, and that we got. And the ending also, these frequencies should be equal. We got all the values. Now we see how we substitute in the table formula. I know filling of the table is a bit confusion. If you have any doubt, you can either call me or meet me in my staff room. I would clear your doubts, and or you can ask me online also. I'll be available. It is a bit confusion part, but once you understand it, you will never forget it. That much I can tell you. And we will see what are the values what is the formula and how we are going to substitute this value. X bar is equals to 1 by n summation over x, I mean here now, v into g of v. Now what are the values? V into g of v. $25 divided by 100. U bar is equals to 1 by n summation over y u into f of u. That would be 68 into divided by 100, which is equals to 0.6, and then u bar covariance of u comma v, that would be equals to 1 by n summation over u v f of u comma v minus u bar v. So this value is nothing but your 52 divided by 100 minus 0.25, 0.68, which is equals to covariance is 0.35, and sigma x square is equals to 1 by n summation over x square f of u minus u bar 1.157 sigma y square 1 by n summation by v square f of v bar, that is 1.607, and our correlation is equal to R of u comma v is equals to covariance of sigma u sigma. So what are the values? Covariance is 0.35 divided by root of 1.157 into root of 1.6075. So that is equal to 0.2. Therefore, the correlation between x comma y is equal to 0.25. So if the data is very large, we are going to resort by and asked to solve the correlation, so we will depend on the 2 by 2 table. We draw a 2 by 2 table, and then we will make the column g of v, v into g of v, v square into g of v, and then here also u f of u into f of u square into f of u, the columns and row wise. Step by step if you do, there would be no confusion. And following my lecture and step by step if you do, you can solve it. If you have any problem, do come to the staff room or do come online and ask me the question. I will clear your doubts. Thank you, children.